Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are going to make some delicious French onion soup. We've got everything we need. It's going to take us about an hour, hour and a half for us to come up with our finished product. The preparation is pretty simple. Preparation takes about 15 minutes. So let's get started. So what we've got 5 onions. We've got some Gruyere Swiss cheese. This is German cheese, Swiss style. Any cheese you like, Swiss style cheese is fine. We've got virgin olive oil. We've got some nice Chardonnay. We've got 6 cups of beef stock. We've got 2 garlic cloves. And we've got thyme. We've got bay leaf. And we have Mighty Salty's magic seasoning salt. So let us begin by cutting our onions. So we've got our onions chopped up, and now what we're going to do is we are going to mince up our garlic. But before we do that, we're going to put our pan on high heat. And we're going to get that nice and hot. By the time we finish cutting this garlic, our pan should be hot and we can start cooking. So we have a nice heavy stock pot here. We're going to just put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of that. Not too much. You see that's smoking already just a little bit, which means it's a low burn point oil. We're going to put all of our onions in. And it seems like a lot of onions until you see when you cook them down. Put our garlic in. So we're starting to get that delicious cooked onion smell. We're making sure to scrape the bottom of our pan so we get all of that caramelized onion flavor into our finished dish. So a few more minutes and we're going to have this all nice and brown just the way we want it. Alright, now we're back with our onions. You see they're nice and brown. This is what we started with, and you can see how nice and brown they are now. So we've caramelized our onions, and we're going to add our white wine now. So we've got a cup of white wine. We're going to put that in there, mix it around a little bit, and we're going to let our alcohol evaporate out of here. And we're going to add our seasoning. As that evaporates, you can smell the alcohol. We're going to put in 2 beautiful bay leaves. Bay leaf is very good for digestion, in addition to adding a nice flavor. We're going to put a tablespoon of thyme in as well. This is organic thyme. And thyme is an antiseptic. So in addition to giving you a beautiful taste, it also has some medicinal properties. So you get a beautiful aroma, you get a beautiful taste, and you have some medicinal properties. And as we waft the steam so that we can smell, we can determine that there's no more alcohol in there. So we're going to add our beef stock and mix that up, and we're going to bring that to a boil. So we'll come back in a minute when it comes to a boil. So we're back now, and our soup is just coming to a boil. We're going to add a tablespoon of Mighty Salty magic seasoning, and we're going to mix that in. And we're going to reduce the heat to a simmer. We're going to put a lid on this, and we're going to let it cook for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. So now might be a good time to have a beer, or it might be a good time to make other preparations if you're going to have something else. Before I come back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred our cheese for our topping. So the lid goes on, and we'll see you in an hour. All right, we've been cooking our soup here now for about an hour. We're gonna check on it. Oh boy, that smells delicious. So we're gonna turn our heat off. And I've got these nice containers. They're all Clad. This is a US brand. Nice quality product. We're gonna put our soup in here. And French onion soup, as you may know, is generally served with a piece of bread on top. Some people use bread cubes, and then cheese on top of that, and the cheese is generally browned under a salamander. So we're gonna, or a broiler. We're gonna taste our soup. Oh boy, that's delicious. So I don't really want to use bread. I'm going to try something different. I've got these crackers. They're Parmesan crisps, and something that is very nice to make and tastes good is bread with butter and garlic and Parmesan cheese. So the purpose of the bread is actually just to hold the cheese up while you are broiling it. So I'm going to put a couple of these on here and see if this will do the trick. And put a slice of cheese on here, and let's see how this turns out. So we'll be right back after we take it out from underneath the salamander. So here we go. Here's our first one right out of the salamander. That turned out very nice. So now we're going to try another one. I would just keep that warm for our guests for later. Let's try another one. And this time we're going to use shredded cheese instead of the slice of cheese on there. And again, the purpose of the bread on the soup is to hold the cheese from sinking to the bottom. So we're going to try this, see how this turns out. We'll put it under the broiler and we'll come right back. All right, here's our other one, fresh out of the broiler, and it turned out quite nice as well. So either sliced cheese or grated cheese, and we'll fill up the rest of our terrines here and keep them warm for dinner, and with a nice glass of red wine and good company. This is a great starter to a meal, or you could even make it a meal in itself. This is Chef Jacques. Enjoy your delicious French onion soup, and bon appetit.